What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another Nick 4K video. Today we're checking out a video from the Sand Scratcher, and his video is titled DVDs and Why I'm Going Back to Them. Now my theory is that he was probably like a lot of us, where we all saw the convenience of streaming. It was relatively cheap, and so that was kind of the way that a lot of us went. Now fast forward to present day, and things have kind of changed in the streaming service universe, especially with prices and how when you go to watch a movie you just saw it was on that streaming service the day before and now it's not there. It's frustrating. And so we're starting to see this resurgence of physical media. People like to actually own something when they buy it. And I'm going to guess he's going to cover that in this video. But if you guys enjoy this video and want to see more like this, make sure to like, subscribe, and turn notifications for more. With that said, let's begin.
In this video, I'm going to be talking about why I'm done with streaming and going back to DVDs. I used to be a Netflix devotee. I get Amazon Prime as part of my package, and I've got Disney Plus, but I am sick of them all. And then we have the catch-up services, all the free channels on the UK TV, and I can happily kick them into touch too. I am sick of searching through these channels, trying to find something to watch. During the pandemic, when we were all locked down, I went online and on Facebook Marketplace started buying up DVD box sets. I picked up the complete 24 series, 15 series of Grey's Anatomy, all the Sharp movies, the original Miami Vice series, and much more for less than £10 each. I bought box sets of series that I liked from Amazon and that I thought were good value. Things like The Complete Frasier, or Quantum Leap, or Cracker, series I'd loved watching. And now you can pick up box sets and films from charity shops for pennies. I can buy films I'm guaranteed to enjoy, collect series that I wanted to see, and get them cheaper than a month's streaming services. I understand that there's so much to watch for your money on the streaming sites, but when most of that is of little interest, it's just wasted money.
True.
I really hate starting to watch a series on a streaming channel, only to find that they disappear when I'm 3/4 of the way through.
Exactly.
Or using Amazon as an example, I started watching the superb Corner Gas series and only got 3 series in, and then find that series 4 wasn't part of free with Prime package, but I had to pay £19.99 per series to continue.
Yeah, that's annoying. And how he mentioned about like when you're on Netflix, there's a lot of ways you can say that the price is valued. If you watch a lot of different series, sure, but most likely, at least this is for me anyways, I'm going to guess you probably watch like 1 or 2 movies on there every so often. Maybe you have Netflix for kids, like the kids mode they have on there. I have for my kids, and Disney Plus obviously. At one time, people were cutting the cord to go to streaming because you got what you wanted, you didn't have ads, and you got it cheap. And now everyone cut the cord and you got rid of all those extra channels you never watched. When I was growing up, you know, I watched the kids shows, but even like when I was like 15, 16, 17, before I moved out of my parents' house, I had like 300 channels and I used 5 or 6. Like, let me think. Fox, Comedy Central, Adult Swim. And at the time, there's a channel called G4. That was like the gaming channel before like IGN. I think it was IGN before IGN. I might be wrong, but those are pretty much like the 4 channels I used, and then maybe like 3 or 4 more in there, depending on like movie channels, TNT for Walking Dead, stuff like that. And you had all these extra channels you just didn't need that you were forced to effectively pay for. So that was one of the big selling features for a streaming service, was the fact that you were paying little and you were still getting so much for that value, especially Netflix when that first launched. So with the like the digital side, like they were always doing movies, but when they did the digital side, man, that blew up. And now you see why every other streaming service is trying to catch up to Netflix's ability, because it was just so amazing at the time and the value was so good. And every show, every studio, every movie was on Netflix at the time. It was great. It was an amazing value. And then the studio said, hey, why don't we just make our own? And we can make all the money too. And of course, as we've seen, it doesn't really work out for anybody else, just because Netflix was the first one there and they did it right. And I think Disney Plus just became profitable like 2 or 3 months ago. I might be wrong, but I think that's what I heard.
Yes, streaming is convenient and you don't have to get your ass out of the seat to change a program. But choice seems far more important to me. And I'd rather go and buy some DVD sets of book series I know I want to watch and films I love than spend nights hunting through for something to watch. I also don't want to watch films on streaming services where sections have been removed because of the censorship of sensibilities these days.
That's true, that's true.
I want to watch the film as it was meant to be, because believe it or not, I'm a grown adult and I don't get upset because someone says a swear word I don't like, or there's a role in a movie that's not PC. I don't cry like a baby if I don't like something. I just turn it off. With streaming, they make the decisions for me. Now, if you're finding this video of value to you, please hit the like button and feel free to join in the conversation by commenting down below. And if you're new here and just checking out the channel, don't worry about subscribing just yet. Feel free to watch a few more videos before you make your mind up. I'd like to think I cover enough interesting content that you'll be happy to subscribe later. Right, let's get back to it. I'm not saying that streaming's not good enough. For many, it is fine. For me though, I like to know that I've got the films and programs I want, so I can see them whenever I want and know that they'll be there when I can pick them up and play them without having to hunt through the streaming channels to find them. As I see it, there's never been a better time to be buying DVDs. People are joining all the streaming services and dumping their DVDs or selling them as they no longer play them. And that's great, as they're cheaper to buy than they've ever been. And even if I pay £30 for a box set of DVDs like for the series of Howard's Way a few years ago, I got 24 DVDs and 64 hours of entertainment for that money. And yes, I know I can see it on one of the Freeview channels now, but at least I don't have to watch 15 minutes of advertising in every episode. I'll tell you what else I enjoy about DVD box sets and films. All the extras. Yes, I'm the geek who kind of enjoys that thing. You don't get that with the streaming service. I'm glad that the majority of people are streaming. DVDs are now at an all-time low price, and I can pick them up so cheaply. I mean, the complete set of The Wire cost me £1. Yes, streaming has made telly better to watch than ever. Yes, what you can watch can be watched whenever you want to watch it. I get all that. But when I end up paying Sky, Disney, Netflix, Amazon, Paramount and more a monthly subscription to do so, it's so expensive. When we were in lockdown, I spent about £100 on DVDs. During the lockdown, I watched more telly than I have in years. And yet I still didn't get to see all those DVDs that I bought. There's still a pile of DVDs in my living room that are waiting for me to watch. And without paying any subscriptions, I can do that. In the UK, the 7 most popular streaming services work out at just over £72 a month if you have them all. With discounts for paying annually, that'd be around £600 a year. The truth though is that the average family is using 3 streaming services and paying about £30 a month. Add to that the £159 yearly fee paid to the BBC television licence, and it adds up to a substantial amount of money. I understand that I can opt in and out of the streaming services to binge watch and go from one to another to find those series that I want to watch. But that just seems like hard work. Me, I think I'll just pick up the box sets that I know I want to watch for pennies. The way we watch TV.
Real quick. So for me, what is worse than something being inconvenient is when it's convenient, but also not convenient. I'd rather have an inconvenient time than something that is convenient, but not actually that convenient. And I think that's the problem with like streaming services. It was convenient, and now it's still convenient to have that ability to hit the button, boom, everything's there. But now that one thing I wanted to watch, it's gone. The license ran out, the streaming service doesn't have it anymore, it's gone. I have to now go over here to this streaming service to get it. Okay, I'll subscribe for 1 month to kind of watch that. And now, oh wait, hold on a second, what if I want to do this? Now this, Like I said, if I really like a show, like let's take the Spartacus show for instance. That has 4 different seasons on it. If I can only get 3 seasons, I'd rather not watch the show at all. You see what I'm talking about? Sure, the convenience of having all 3 seasons on that streaming service is cool, right? That's great. But when I want to watch the 4th one and it's not there, I'm not going to watch it at all. So the convenience is there, but the whole show isn't. So therefore, that's inconvenient. So it's both convenient and not convenient at the same time. And I'd rather just not watch the show altogether. So it's one of those things where it might just be me, but that's annoying.
TV is changing. Streaming has won the media wars, there's no doubt about that. For me though, I think I'll go back to DVDs. They seem like a better investment of time and money to me. And if you click up there, I'll tell you why I mostly watch old TV shows and movies.
Wow, great video there, James. Definitely check out his channel. I'll leave a link to that in the description below. You guys know my thoughts towards DVDs. I understand owning DVDs if a Blu-ray doesn't exist of it, or if you can get them really cheap, like he mentioned. He got some really good deals. Like, he got the entire Wire show for $1. Like, that's crazy. But it all comes down to your budget. If you can afford blues, I would say at least go for blues. If I was a new physical collector, I'd be going for blues and 4Ks. That's just because I want the best quality I can get. And blues really are just better than DVDs, especially if you're watching on a 4K screen. I'm going to guess he probably has like a 1080p screen, so DVDs still look fine on him. But if you're trying to watch on like a 4K OLED like I have, a DVD just looks trash on it. And that's just the way it is. Blu-ray looks fine, 4K looks amazing, but like it's one of those things where go with your budget. That's ultimately what it comes down to. Regardless of how much entertainment you want, go with your budget. But that's my thoughts on this video, guys. Let me know in the comments below, what do you think? Are you guys going to start taking the jump to more physical media, or are you someone who is perfectly fine with the streaming services and you like them the way they are? Let me know in the comments below. Make sure to like, subscribe, turn notifications for more. And if you want to check out any more of my videos, I'll have them right here right next to my head floating around somewhere. Just click them. But thanks again for watching. I'll catch you later. Peace.